Guys, it's Robin, RsIslandCrafts, and welcome to my studio. This is my Whip It Wednesday video where I show you what I've been working on this week. I don't know if you guys are tired of seeing these or not, but as you saw, we made the pink one on the live stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with us on Saturday. Brown one I made when I did the video for the patrons. I hope everyone that hung out with us live or has been watching the replay had a really good time. I always have fun when I'm making these little baskets. That's why I keep making more of them. And when you're doing them in scrap colors like this, I feel like you have to keep making them until you run out of colors. So I think the only thing I have left now is polka dots, which I'm not sure if I'm going to do. And then I have the black fabrics, the black and white fabrics, and the grays. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do those because I really like the way the colors pop on these. But as I said, I've got 2 more done. So both of these are in the shop if anyone's interested. So at the beginning of the live stream, while we were waiting for noon to hit and for everyone to start rolling in, I'm pretty sure I showed the scrappy cards that I started working on. I keep making these for a couple reasons. One, because I have so much fun just sending these cards out to people to say, if I have your address, I might randomly just send you a card and say, hey, how's it going? I hope you're having a great week. And then I also send them out as thank you cards. Cards were done. Then I went ahead and I got all of my envelopes done. You guys seen how I put the little lining in? I'll add a link down below for my tutorial on how I make these cards. I might have to do a random live stream the next time I make cards, because as I was making them, I was thinking, okay, this is a throwback way back to the 80s when they had the PTA and they were stuffing envelopes and all the parents would be sitting around the table and doing it. Or when you see in the movies or on the news when everyone's stuffing envelopes for the people that are running for election and stuff like that. So I was just picturing in my head while I was making these. I was picturing a long table with all of y'all sitting with me and we were just passing them all down and we're all working through all the steps. I'm really sorry about my voice. My asthma's been bothering me and this is one of the signs of it. The weather has been changing up and it's really windy and it bothers me. So we're just going to get through the best we can. I hope you guys can all understand me. But yeah, that's all I was picturing is all of us lined up all together, sitting around this really big long table, kind of like the Kate from the Last Homely House. If you guys are familiar with her channel, I know there's a lot of new people that have come over because Kate was so sweet to mention my channel here on her channel. She hung out with us on the live stream. But she has a lime green sofa that goes on for infinity, and we can all just hang out on the sofa and pass treats down and work on our little crafts and our knitting and our EPP and stuff like that. And we can just all have a safe time hanging out together on the lime green sofa. So I was picturing this really long table where we were all doing basically the same thing and we were all working on these together. So I think next time I start working on cards after I get to a certain point, like, because what it is I'm doing double stick tape and just putting everything together. So after I have this part done, I think I'm going to go ahead and just do a random live stream one day so that we can, I can have a little bit of company at least while I'm doing it. You guys can't actually help me make the cards, but at least you'll be able to keep me company and have some chitter chatter while I'm doing them. For anyone that's new that hasn't seen these before, I make the cards as you'll see down below in the link. There is nothing on the inside, no sewing or anything, so you have plenty of room to write. And then when I send these out, I only write on the bottom, so that allows people to rip off the top part or cut it off neatly. And then they can use this, keep it, or they can use it to write notes on it or write a thank you card to send out to someone else. And that makes it like a project that just keeps on giving. First, we have some scraps that were sent from some of you guys and amazing people here that hang out at my channel and the community with us. Some of these scraps are mine and some of the scraps are from you guys. So we have my projects and your projects that are represented here. So then I make the card and everything like that and I send it out. So then you can go ahead and use it. So I've got a thank you. Hey, how you doing? Then if you cut it out and then you send the top off, then you're just taking more of our projects and adding your little note to it and then spreading it out further and further in the world. And that's just something that I kind of picture in my head on this connection so that we're constantly moving through and we're all connected and we're kind of going all over the world. I don't know, some people might think it's silly and I know a lot of you will understand that it's just nice to have that little community connection and we're just kind of spreading our little crafty joy all over the place. I also have these listed in the shop if anyone's interested in purchasing some. We were talking about oopsies on the live stream, so I did make some more little wallets. These are listed in the shop for anyone that just, sometimes people aren't really interested in the live streams because this one was 2.5 hours. That's a lot of time to invest chitter chattering and stuff like that. It's really great if you're sewing with us, but if you're watching the replay, if you're doing your own craft or if you're doing chores around the house, you can put in some earphones or something and just listen to us. I'll keep you company with a little bit of, well, 2.5 hours worth of chitter chatter, and I'll keep you company while you're doing your chores. So you don't always have to sit through a whole 2.5 hour and watch it unless you're, I like to watch live streams like that when I'm knitting and stuff. But anyway, I made little wallets. They're in the shop. We were discussing how like this one has Harry Potter going the right way. This one's got Harry Potter going the wrong way. So when I do a little oopsie like this, when it doesn't affect anything to do with the product, I go ahead and give it a 10% discount. Someone had mentioned in the comments that it's really not an oopsie. What it is when you open your wallet and you look at it, this allows the people that are the cashiers at the restaurant, any of the essential workers, they can see it properly. Because otherwise, when they're looking at it, it's upside down. So I thought that was a really great little thought process, little thought there to have. That it's not that it's upside down, it's just so that other people can read it. And this one is mostly batiks. The green isn't a batik, but it kind of worked really well with everything. So there's that one. If you've been here for a while or you watch when I'm doing videos at the sewing machine, I showed you guys how to make these fabric bracelets. So when I was making the cards and stuff, I used a big, large piece of interfacing instead of the little ones that are made, especially the right size for the cards. And this happened to be the piece that was left over. And it measures, it's 2 inches by like 15.5. So I thought, well, I can go ahead and make 2 little bracelets out of it. So I did a whole bunch of stitching down on it. It's nice and got my matchstick quilting that I really enjoyed. Sorry, brain's not working. So I did all of that, so I'm going to go ahead and turn these into 2 bracelets. Either I'm going to cut it in half and make small ones, because that would definitely be like child size, but I'm thinking that I could probably just do 1 long one, and then maybe I will add some solid fabric and just connect it to this, because I can do quilts as you go and connect them together, or add another strip of this on it just to make more so that I can have more bracelets like this. I'm thinking about, I really want to put more of these in the shop, so I've been kind of looking at my different fabrics to see what would be nice. But the only thing is I'm never really sure what size to make, so I think I'll go ahead and make a variety of lengths, because we all have different wrist sizes, right? When it's Velcro, you can always just add a larger piece of Velcro, but I never like to see the Velcro sticking out. That's why I use the snap like this. So it's going to fit just depending on how loose you like it, one size. But I'm going to start making some more of those for the shop. Now, one more thing that I've been working on before I show you some of the fun things that have come in the mail. A Spoonful of Sugar. I follow them on Instagram. They came out with this garland. When I was up at Dollar Tree, I found this cotton twine. And this is not like regular like string twine that we're used to seeing that's all kind of rough and frizzly and stuff. This is a really nice cotton twine that people would like. I would crochet with this or knit with this. That's how nice it is. It's really, really smooth. And it came in, I saw 3 colors. I got green, pink, and blue. And of course, it's just $1. And it's got 180 feet. So I thought this was perfect to use for my carrots. So I'll go ahead and link this pattern down below too. Now she says that you're supposed to have 6 of them for your garland or your banner, however you want to look at it. But I'm not really sure if I want to do 6 in it or if I want more. So I went ahead and I made 18 of them. As you see, I'm just in the middle of it. I was trying to get them all finished before the video today, but I couldn't get them all done, so you're going to see some more later. But I'm hoping if I get these all done, that by the time you guys see this, if anyone's interested, they'll be in the shop. If you want to let me know down below what size wrist you have in inches, and then how many carrots or anything do you think should be in a banner. So if you guys have made banners and stuff, how many pieces, like the triangles and stuff like that, do you guys put in your banner? And how wide do you do it? I think she's got this going maybe 3 or 6 feet. So I guess you could always just make more, or if you're selling it in your shop, you can always have someone just purchase more and they can just tie it together and stuff. So I don't know. But I got 18 of them, so either I've got 3 of them, like she says, with 6 carats per, or we'll see if maybe I'll do 2 at 9. I don't know. But I had a really good time doing this, and I wanted to show you guys. You guys know I show you my mistakes, and I don't show you my mistakes to... Some people are like, don't bother showing us the mistakes. You know, keep it hidden and no one will ever know. But if you're a crafter like me, and when you first start crafting, or even now that I've been doing this stuff for so many years, I'm like, am I the only one that does this? Am I like that crazy? Am I that, I don't want to say stupid because that's not a nice word, but is my brain, because I was working on this at the end of the day. I usually close up the studio at 4 o'clock, and this was after 5 o'clock. I'd already gone out and mowed the yard and everything, so I was kind of really worn out. So I'm like, oh, but I really want to get to a certain point. And then I made a mistake because I know better. I should not be in here after 4:30, especially after I've gone out and done yard work and stuff. My brain is just too fried and it's not thinking straight. So I made a mistake. And here it is, over 24 hours later, and let me tell you, I am still frustrated with myself because I loved the way my orange bits were looking, and I had them all just the way I wanted them, and I really loved the combination of colors and fabrics, and I did this. This is heat and bond fusible stuff, and yeah, I fused it to the front of my orange. And then I had to start all over again and make enough to do these again, which is not that big of a deal. It's just 3 of them. But I'd worked hard because I had to keep piecing orange scraps and going. Even though I had my orange bin out, I was gotten to the point where I used up all of my smaller scraps, and I was working on my larger ones and having to cut them down. And I didn't want to keep cutting down large scraps to get little scraps. And I was like, oh, you know, right? So you guys aren't the only ones. If you have made some silly mistakes like this just because you weren't thinking, or you were listening to an audiobook, which I was listening to Harry Potter again. So as I was just re-listening to Harry Potter because I hadn't really sat down to find a new book to listen to. So I have some now, but at the time I was just like, I'm just going to go ahead and just finish up listening to Harry Potter. So I did that, and as I'm listening to that and really getting into the story, even though I've heard it many times, I don't know about you guys, but I've seen all the movies numerous times, and I've read all the books a few times, and this is my second run through in this year alone, in the last month or so, of the audiobooks. But I like to listen through it again and watch the movies again because there's little details that I miss, and I'm like, wait, I don't remember ever seeing that in the movie or ever hearing that in a book, but I know because I listened to the same books 2 weeks ago. So I was listening to that and catching all the little bits I missed, and I'm just going along, and I hit the 3rd one, and I went to put the 4th one down, and I'm like, wait, oh. So yeah, that's just like, and then I took it, and it's been sitting out on the table, and the only reason I really noticed is because this was coming off, and I saw the shiny on top of that fabric, and I thought, uh-oh, I like this fabric. So then I had it sitting on the table. Then I had it sitting on top of the garbage. And I actually pulled this out of the garbage to show you because I tucked it underneath all of the other scraps so I couldn't see it anymore because it drove me crazy. And then as I'm working on this, I messed up another thing and had to pull out stitches. So this is one of those projects that, it's just, I love it, but it's just not working right. It's such a simple project and really fun. But yeah, so that's it. We all make mistakes. It happens. You just fix what you can. And I think that's what bothered me the most. There's nothing you can do with this. If you used it as the heat and bond interfacing so this would get glued to the fabric, you're going to see all of this. And it's really just not, there's nothing you can do with it. It's one of those things where you're just going to have to toss the fabric and hope you don't do that again with your best favoriteest fabric. So let's see some of the things that have been coming in the mail this week. I received my first Amazon gift. I received my first wish list gift item. Someone was so sweet and purchased the charms for me. We've had talks about this in the past, several months ago or a year and a half ago or whatever, that we've all decided that you guys don't want to hear your name. You want everything to be kept private. So I won't say whoever sends me these things. If you put your name on it, I will always thank you if I have a way of contacting you. If you want me to send you a thank you card, and not like, oh, Robin, please send me a paper. I don't want anyone to feel bad like they're begging for a thank you card. But if you email your mailing address to me, I'd love to send you a thank you card. Or if you'd like a fabric postcard, you can ask for a fabric postcard. Because if you're so sweet and generous enough to send something like this to me, I want to, at the very least, send you a thank you card. But if you want to be anonymous, that's perfectly fine too. But I have some of these cute little things. These have so many things. There's the Eiffel Tower. Oh, it's a key with some hearts on it. There's ladybugs in there. So that's got all those fun things. And this one has all of these sewing related things. So it's got buttons. And here's one of my favorite. So I love the spool and then the measuring tape. And these charms are to be used for whatever. Sometimes I like to put them on the front of a little zipper pouch right here, or I can use them as the little zipper pull there. I like these more to go onto the front of a bag, and then the tassels, or if just a piece of ribbon or something, to go on the zipper pull. That way, you know, I like the decoration of these on the front of a bag, and I think they're just so cute that way. It gets that little extra bit of a bling to it. Now, the other things that's showing up is some fabric postcards from a swap I joined. The swap hostess sent this one. I thought this was really sweet. I love this fabric. This has always been a favorite fabric of mine. And then, you know, we got the whole believe in a new day, believe in your inspiration, carpe diem, and all of that fun stuff. Then I have a St. Patrick's Day fabric postcard. I thought this was sweet, and if you could see, it's got all the 4-leaf clovers being stitched around on there. I would imagine that that's a specialty stitch on her sewing machine. Now, I may or may not have shown these, or I may have made a little video and just never posted it. But here is this one. This is got the pineapple block, and if you look into the center, there's an eyeball staring at you. So that one was fun, and this one has the binding on it. I really do like the look of the binding for certain ones of these fabric postcards, but it is not easy to do. This is one of the favorite types of cards that I like to make too, when you applique the flowers on top of a background. She's got hers all pieced in that creamy tan color. Those really subtle flowers on top. Scrappy card with Australia on it. Now, some of these came in regular envelopes, and some of them came just mailed on their... This one came from Australia, just as is, mailed on its own. I have a fabric postcard playlist. If you guys want to check it out, I'll pop that down below too. And then there's this sunflower, and it has all of the leaves. I would say that they're leaves. They could be like hearts, but they look like leaves to me. So I really love the sunflower. Now, I don't know. Sometimes you can just buy these and iron them on, which I think this one might be. Or you can have one of those embroidery patterns where you put it underneath your machine and it does the whole thing like that. So it could be something like that, which in my head it's about the same, except for the fact that it's handmade versus purchased. But I'm imagining they're both made the same exact way. Now this one, I don't want to show you any of the details, but she even put some special... like a free motion painting, thread painting, that's what it's called, with the stitches on there like that. Even the word postcard is done with either an embroidery machine or with just free motion stitching. So I'm going to go ahead and add these to my fabric postcard collection. Every time I go up to the Dollar Tree, I buy 5 or 10 of the 5x7 frames. I just buy these, and for now this one won't work. Well, no, it could work for that one, but for the most part, these sit in there really nice. And I just go ahead and put a piece of either, I've been using sometimes a construction paper, or I could put a piece of fabric back there, or I could just even, I don't know, I can find something that I can put in the background, or get matte paper or something like that and put it back there so that I can hang these all up on the hallway, all on the wall in the hallway as I'm going from the living room to the craft room. I plan on just covering that from a decent height up so that the cats can't get to it. So I'll just go ahead and put these all side by side, except for the ones that need to go this way. I did purchase, because this is 5x7, so it's larger. I did purchase the 4x6, But when you do that, it ends up you lose pieces of it in the frame like that, so it can't be seen. So unfortunately, I have to go with a little larger, and then I just have to put something down, some type of a mat or something like that. And really with these, it's just, you can put down any type, like cardstock. I'll probably just pick up, I have the white cardstock, so maybe I'll just pick up some different type of a pack with some nice colors in it, so that I'll be able to add those to the background, so that it'll either cause it to pop, or I can have just some type of a blendy color with it. So I think that's going to be really fun. So instead of just having them sitting in a bucket, I can actually see them as I'm going up and down the hall. And if I just buy a few as I go, it won't be like this great hardship of buying like 100 picture frames in one shot. I got a nice little pile going today, so thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have been having a very crafty week. If you want to let me know what size your wrist is, or how many carrots do you think would be nice to go on a garland, or if you want to tell us about what things you've been working on in your craft room this week, or tell us all three things, that's fine too. I love to hear what everyone's been working on. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, everyone's been having so much fun with the code word. This week, I think the code word needs to be this week, I think the code word needs to be carrot. Now remember, I am randomly picking a name out of the comments using the YouTube random comment generator. So if you leave a comment, YouTube usually notifies you if anyone puts a comment below it, if you have the notification set up, because that's what I've been doing, is I'm going down below your comment and just saying, hey, congratulations, your name was picked from the random comment generator to win a fabric postcard. So then I just ask, please send me your mailing address to the email address, because the email is always listed down below these videos. And then I just wait. And I'm not going to say if Robin doesn't answer me within a week, I'm going to pick someone else. I'm just going to leave that on the comment. If you come across it in your email at any given time, whether it's this week or if it's 6 months from now, anytime you just go ahead and send me your mailing address and let me know, that's great. If you don't want one, just go ahead and write down below my comment, say, no thanks, Robin, I just wanted to leave a comment. I hope you have a great day, and I'll go ahead and pick someone else, or I'll pick one in the next video. I'm not doing on every video, but you just never know. So thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Spring is around the corner. The weather has been gorgeous. Get your flowers going. Get your garden going. And if you're in the Facebook group, go ahead and post pictures of everything you've got planted. See you next time. Bye.